So we'll start with Mark Irwin.
Hi, Gareth. You took off all three of your forwards tonight. That would suggest that you weren't very happy with the attacking end of the pitch today.
Well, I think we wanted to try and get a spark. We'd struggled to really create many clear chances, and we hoped that some freshness at that stage of the game might be able to produce that. So we changed the system because I think that we were a little bit open in counter attacks, and we had to solidify from that to start with. And we hadn't been really opening them up with the 4-3-3. So to try the 2 10s inside and wing backs with obviously Bukayo as an attacking wing back in particular, we just wanted to try and pose them a different problem. I think it stopped the problem we had been having with the counter attacks. We were more solid, but we probably didn't create any more chances than we had been. I don't think we were less dangerous, but I don't think we were able to improve.
Thanks, Mark. Next, we'll go to Matthias Zelli from Nemzeti Sport.
Good evening, Mr. Southgate. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening. So, as you mentioned, for me, it seemed like the team was lacking a bit of a cutting edge, and Hungary seemed very, very resilient. Was this the biggest difference compared to the game in Budapest in September?
Yeah, I think Hungary played very well tonight. We know through the summer, especially against top-level nations, they were very difficult to score goals against. And I suppose the surprise was that in Budapest, they were a bit more open and conceded as they did. Today, they played with a lot of pride, and they defended the spaces really well, very disciplined. They had some threat on the counter. So, huge credit to them for coming in. They deserved their point.
Thanks, Matthias. Next, we'll go to Simon Peach, Press Association.
Hi, Gareth. You spoke about the consistency of performances in the build-up. This felt like an off night. What do you think's behind that? Is it just a simple case of it's the 17th game of the year and it is naturally going to drop ever so often?
Yeah, well, difficult to pinpoint exactly because I think we had one or two tactical problems that we managed to resolve as the game progressed. But some of our quality was just really poor. We gave unusual passes away. We got caught in possession several times. We overran the ball quite a few times. We forced things a bit too often. And we started the game that way. And that, I thought, bred a little bit of anxiety in our play, which is quite unusual. So we still had over 60% possession, I think. So we were still generally controlling the game, but we didn't really get pressure onto them as much as we have done certainly as we did in Budapest. And again, I thought that meant that they had some of their counter-attacks where we weren't in the right positions on transition. And again, I think that bred a little bit of anxiety. So having gone behind, I thought a good response to draw level. But I don't think we did quite enough to win the game, even though we had more shots, more possession. I don't think we created the really clear chances to deserve to win the game.
Thanks, Simon. Next to James Ollie, ESPN.
Hi, Gareth. There's been a clamour for you to play 4-3-3 against better opposition for a while. What do you kind of make of that debate, and what do you think you learned about that system in particular tonight?
Well, I don't think. I think we've been playing 4-3-3 a lot, but perhaps with different profile of number eights. So today we wanted to look at something a little bit different. We didn't have Calvin Phillips anyway, who's been such an essential part of that midfield. And we knew that we would have to break a pack defence down. So in actual fact, I'm not certain that it was the profile of the players tonight that was the issue in terms of not being able to break them down, but we just didn't play with the same fluidity and individual level of performance that I think we've come to appreciate and come to expect, really. And I think we have to be honest about that as a group.
Thanks, James. Next to Nazar Kinsella, goal.com.
Just carrying on from that, really, you were saying that, some of the quality of the players today wasn't the usual level that we expect. Is there a bit of a lull in the club form recently of a lot of these players as well? We've seen it sort of matched in their club form, and is that a bit of a hangover maybe from the Euros where they went so far and then missed the pre-season?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to... it's easy to speculate, but I think every individual is different. I thought tonight, I think, just one of those nights where we started poorly. We weren't in contact with them on our pressure, which gave them a little bit of comfort in the game. We gave needless passes away that led to counter-attacks that gives you the feeling that you're stretched, even though they didn't create really clear chances. So I just thought it was an unusually disjointed performance that we've got to go away and look at closely and make sure we put it right for next month.
Thanks, guys. We've got two more to go. Starting with Duncan Wright, the Sun.
Hi, Gareth. I'm not sure but the trouble that started in the first half, the Met Police revealed, was because they went to arrest a Hungary fan for racially abusing a steward. It's Hungary again. Have the punishments fitted the crimes in the past, and what would you like to see happen now?
Yeah, difficult for me to comment with any authority because I'm only just hearing the detail through the broadcast interviews and with what you've just explained. So I think until I know, a little bit more and exactly where we're at, then better for me to focus on the football tonight. We didn't perform at the level we needed to, and I think other people are probably better placed at the moment to give you an immediate reaction on what happened off the pitch.
Thanks, Duncan. And we'll finish with Jack Rosser from the Standard.
Evening, Gareth. You spoke before about how you hope Harry's form with England would continue his goal-scoring record in qualifiers. There's always an eyebrow raised when, the England captain's taken off on a player of Harry's quality. Can I just ask your thoughts on his performance?
I just think tonight we didn't play as well as a team with the ball as we should and as we can. And in the end, we felt the need to try and refresh that, to give a different problem, to get some fresh legs into the game. So, I think with any of our forward players, there's always going to be a story if we take any of them off, because understandably they're big players, but we've got to have a team where we're able to do that. Otherwise, we'll never progress. So we felt that was the right thing at the time, but I don't think singling out any of the players tonight really serves any purpose, because we were all responsible for the performance, really.
There is one more, and we'll finish with Mike McGrath.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, Mike.
The TV commentary said that they were preparing for Phil Foden to come off when Jack came off. Was that the case that you changed your mind late, or was that always were you always going to bring Jack off?
Well, it was only when you say were we always going to bring Jack off, at the moment we made the change, that was the plan. We wanted to go to wing backs. We felt to match their system up would leave us less vulnerable to the counter attacks, and we were having a problem with that through the middle. We didn't have enough support for Declan in the middle of that midfield, so we needed to resolve that problem and try to retain the threat. That's why we put Bukayo as an attacking wing back, and then really we ended up taking all three of the forwards off. So I don't remember talking about taking Phil off at that moment, really.
Okay, we'll conclude it there. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.